got a super from Michael. Do you think we could get more things like Thrall's son? I think Thrall being worried about his son becoming the next Garrosh, that kind of thing would be cool. See, the thing with Thrall and family is they are firmly in the Nagrand box. Because I feel like Blizzard...
Sort of.
Blizzard tried... Okay, so they did the whole dad Thrall thing in Cataclysm at the same time that they did the whole Green Jesus thing. This is because Thrall, who is Chris Metzen, was being written by Chris Metzen, and Chris Metzen was writing what he knows about. Suspiciously, I was surprised like that all those scenes about Thrall doing cocaine were cut, but anyway.
Shame, that would have been good.
Yeah, it would have been fantastic, right? But anyway, yeah, so it's kind of weird. Family have been in the Grand. The last time we saw them was Sylvanas sending assassins after them.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Fake Gamer at it again.
What?
Remember the Orc Heritage Quest? Where the whole...
I haven't done that yet.
Well, okay, so the whole... Half of the Orc Heritage Quest is literally...
Am I completely wrong?
Yeah.
That's good.
It's his son being like, I want to be a big hero cool thing. Everyone wants me to be a shaman like my dad. But I don't know if I want to be a shaman like my dad because what if I'm not good at it? No, he's like, I don't want to be a shaman like my dad because what if I'm not good as a shaman? You know the whole following your father's footsteps thing?
He's just be like, I know Green Jesus wasn't popular.
Yeah, so it is like, it is just straight up, hey, we have this kid, he's like, my dad's cool. I don't know if I can be as cool as my dad. And then whatever, he like latches on to the idea of whatever class the player is, which is usually fine. It gets a wee bit ropey when you're like, okay, you want to be a warlock? Sure. But it's really bad was like, I want to be a Death Knight when I grow up.
Oh no, he's going to have to unalive himself in Minecraft.
Exactly.
Oh, dear.
Yep, exactly. But,
dear. So, per Durak, he's... an evoker talks to him and he's like, I want to be a dragon when I grow up.
Good thing it's the Orc Heritage Quest.
Oh yeah, I'm really stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite funny. That would be the way to do it though. You always use a character being unsure of themselves. That's what made Garrosh a big dick. He had daddy issues. And I suppose Durak is going to have, like, my dad is Jesus. What do I do? Yeah, you know, it's not like a sort of the Bible 2 situation.
Yeah, it's hard to know what, like, they could bring forward with
pretty
him.
blasphemous to be like, the Bible 2, starring the son of Jesus. Uh-oh. Dan Brown, get out of here!
I wouldn't be too worried about being blasphemous with that, based on what you usually say, so I wouldn't worry too much with that. But generally, I think, like, in terms of where they could go with a Thrall particular story, there's nothing they could do. Because, like his son would show up and everyone go, who's this little fucking rascal? Especially because he's, like, kind of that weird teenager bit, and everyone, I don't think anyone will go, teenager story? That's what we like to say. I think as the population of the World of Warcraft player base and the population of gamers ages up on average anyway, you're going to see older protagonists as a point of like principle because people write what they know best and what is there more. I think there'll be a little bit of pushing away from, all right, so we're not going to have like 15, 16, 17-year-old protagonists as much anymore versus, you know, dad protagonists like you see in God of War, where it's like, oh yeah, what's a dad of boy? Sweet. And then you go Last of Us, like what's this? It's a dad. Sweet. And then you go play like FF16, it's like Clive is like an adult man, which is a pretty drastic turn from the protagonist from pretty much, as far as people concerned, most like FF games. It's like this man is just old, like not old, but you know, he's a fully grown man, and that works perfectly for people who were like growing up with the franchises. So I feel like World of Warcraft's never going to have like a young person take the mantle in an interesting way. Obviously they're doing that with Anduin, but he's aging pretty much. He's like, you know, in like mid-20s, kind of that era of I have to become, like, take the final step to become a man, as opposed to just sort of being like the teenager problems. Yeah, because people don't want teenager problems anymore.
We need to abuse Anduin harder and harder until he like finally turns into a character.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I know he's obviously a character.
Yeah, I think
it's just you know that thing where Medan what? No, that thing where like just Anduin and Bane being good
Yeah.
Oh, look, they're good. Will just end up being, like, honestly kind of boring.
Yeah.
I suppose that's what they want to, fix up with Thrall.
Yeah, there is one thing that I see, like a fellow user points out. A Thrall story could happen by the end of Dragonflight if the primal dragons end up doing some elemental shit.
True.
Where it's like, oh, the elements are gone wrong again. It's Cataclysm 2. And everyone goes, no, go away. They could do something like that. I'm not sure they would, just because an elemental-based story doesn't seem like it'll land super hard. But again, it would be like a rehash of Thrall being Shaman-y boy, which is weird because they've been through that so many times. Where it's like, you think people would have learned as soon as Thrall goes, hey, it's Legion. See this iconic weapon that's actually a warrior weapon. Let's not think about that. That's like the shaman weapon, and everyone's shaman. And I don't deserve it because I can't summon the elementals because I've been kind of in my head ever since I killed my mate's son. Which is, you might think, oh, but it was Garrosh was bad and we killed his mate's son. Or like, well, okay, well, here's the Doomhammer. In the biggest symbolism of me giving up my shamanism and my title of all time. And I was like, Shaman Thrall, why is he not lightning bolting people? Cataclysm, Legion. If Thrall would have to come back and be like a leader, but not all that engaged in a kind of way, for that to make sense. Now, obviously, if they just say, fuck it, Thrall's a character we can do whatever we want, everyone will go, class. But I feel like it's not likely we'll see that.
Fridge's whole family.
Fuck me. Oh, that would be the worst thing I think I've ever seen.
That's how it starts. Just Thrall's family are out picking daisies in a meadow. Scarlet Onslaught come and fucking kill them all.
See,
that would be peak, like, 2017 writing.